Today we are doing something that I have not seen anybody else do, and I have absolutely no idea why, because I think it's a fantastic idea. So we are in the world of Brychester, and I've specifically built on Laurel Library, the lot in the center. So I feel like this library is the most unused lot in the entire world. Why visit a library when you live at university dorm? So I kind of wanted to make a college which is different to the American college, because the word college has a different meaning in the UK. Like, you know, like the bit before university but after school. This is what I'm talking about. So I've basically built a college where you can learn basic skills and classes, and this is actually using the Sims for businesses and hobbies. As such, I've made the lot type a small business venue. So this is basically a home business, but not at home, it's off the lot. So there's no residential area. It's a basic shell that I've built. Unfortunately, all of the beautiful terrain paint that I did has disappeared due to a glitch. And I did, you know, like what those stripy lawns, like the really modern, nice stripy lawns. I tried to do that, but it seems it deleted itself, which is lovely. At least the build is still there. So I've done basically 4 upstairs rooms and 4 downstairs rooms. So 2 of these rooms are dead rooms, because one is going to be a cafeteria and another one is going to be a staff room. Other than that, we actually have 6 rooms to employ 6 different classes, which is going to be really fun. So it's like every room challenge, but every room is a different class. I will actually pop this build on the gallery, by the way. We will use Laurel Library Satch. So if you want to do it yourself, it's just like a blank shell, and there's that for you. So considering we are in the Discover University world, I would actually like to use the robotics station. I believe you can have a robotics class. I'm hoping so. So I'm going to put the whiteboard in front of the window here. That's fine. Who cares? I mean, what we could do is we could combine robotics and also handiness in the same one with the workbench, seeming that they're on a similar kind of wavelength. I think it makes sense. Although we do have this new sexy woodworking table that comes with a kit. This is one of those builds where I don't care about whatever packs that I use. I'm sorry. So I'm just thinking, like, how can we make sure this is actually functional? Would we have like woodwork? Do you know what I mean? Like, would we have the tables like this in the room? Maybe, I don't think, maybe honestly we can't fit woodworking in this room as well. I think that'll be too much. Yeah, that'll definitely be too much. I mean, here we've got 5, so you can have a maximum of 5 students technically in a class. I think that's fine, right? Although I'm kind of thinking 4, like, I just don't really want to use up too much space in the room, because obviously we want to actually decorate the space as well. I have a really, really sad feeling that we might have to use Journey to Batu to decorate this room, which I don't want to do. Look at all the Journey to Batu stuff. It's like perfect for a room like this. I don't want to use it though. Although arguably Star Wars Troopers and Guns is perhaps a little bit weird. We don't actually have much clutter in the game that would honestly suit a room like this, and I'm actually quite surprised. I don't know, I feel like I'm just kind of making this very spaceshipy, but it's not like a spaceshipy thing. It's like crafting, woodworking thing. I feel like I'm not catching the vibe at all with this room. So maybe we get rid of Star Wars and instead we actually look into storage, or if not storage, it's in services and like displays, because we could find a way to display some of the made stuff using the tinkering bench. Now, finally, because I actually have access to the gallery again after I was banned, if I go on rooms and type in robotics, most popular, university robotics debug. Right, if I chuck that out here for a minute, see, this is all the stuff you make with the robotics, and then we can like put them on shelves. Not this shelf, apparently. It's not big enough, but you know what I mean. Although, funny enough, none of these debug objects fit onto any kind of like shelves or anything. I've literally looked at all of them. Oh dear, this game doesn't make it easy, does it? What if we find podiums? God, it won't even go on a fucking podium. Well, this one will. Okay, so we got a cabinet like this, so we can get some different objects on the cabinets. Okay, that looks a lot better to me personally. I've also just found like fake decorative filing cabinets and stuff that we could pop in this room. So it is a little bit cramped, but seeing that they are using the stations, I don't think it should be an issue that it's cramped. Something I do find is good for these little stations, if you put a rug underneath them, it just helps to bring it together a little bit. So I think that's a good first vibe. It's like a little tinkering workshop up here. This is really cute. So next up, I want to do something completely different. And I'm thinking we do like a kids workshop, like generic stuff for kids, because there's not much for them. We've got a pumpkin carving station, okay, which I feel like would be a fun kids activity. We've also got a million different activity tables, and we've got the science lab. So I'm thinking we just make a smaller space that kids can use. Maybe we don't have pumpkin carving, that's too much. So we could have like the science lab bits on the outside, and then maybe on the inside we can have although I don't know, I think maybe we have to make the room a little bit more lopsided. Maybe we could just have it more like this. I think that would be better, wouldn't it? That way it's a little bit more harmonious in terms of placement, I feel like. And by the way, if you are wondering, like, Satch, how on earth are we actually going to be able to make this functional business and hobbies, I am going to show you the presets that you would use for every single room as well. So is this child friendly if I use something like this? I feel like we're going to be able to decorate this one a little bit nicer, honestly, because we can use all like the posters and things where it looks like it's just kind of been crafted. I've also found school clutter from the gallery, and this is really cool because we can also use the display case and pop it in this display case here, which is really good. So yeah, this looks really cool, guys, the way it fits in there. I love it, actually. I've just used some decorations on the wall on this side and like some posters here. We'll obviously add some more stuff like the cabinets on the side of this one. I'm not adding chairs, if you're wondering, because Sims don't need to sit down really, do they, when they're doing all this? But okay, like, just look at all this kids clutter. I just searched kids clutter on the gallery and you can just like find all of this. It's really useful, honestly, guys, for when you're building and you just want to save some time, not find everything yourself. I've also taken these paintings you can see here, and these are actually just ones that are technically painted from Debug that I'm just putting on the walls, so it looks like paintings that kids have made, I guess. Though I can't imagine a kid making all these. These are quite talented, really. Too much for a kid. Too much for me anyway. When I was a kid, I couldn't even paint like this now. Then I'm going to use this. Is it called Tarpet? I don't know what it's called. Tarp, whatever that is. We use tarp under the science lab thing. And then we got this cute rug for underneath the classroom bit. So I'm actually quite happy with this classroom. I think it looks really warm and fun and kind of like what you'd expect. Okay, I'm feeling like really motivated now to continue and finish all of them. So we've got another one here. I'm actually thinking maybe we could have a computer room, because computers can be used for so many different purposes. It's unbelievable. So it would just make sense just to kill that many birds with one stone. We could actually use the ones from the growing together pack, these computer things, because that way we could have 4 lined up like this. I kind of wish the room was bigger so that we would be able to have them like this as well in the middle. I don't think that's possible though. I think honestly this is a good setup. It's a little bit bland, but isn't every single IT room you've ever really been in quite bland? Plus, you just know Sims are going to stand in the middle of the corridor anyway, doing nothing and being annoying. Then I guess at least with this one, we can still keep the kind of classroom vibes going on. So there's 8 computers. So you can have 8 Sims in a computer class. Couldn't you do like a gaming, like esports thing, but you could also do some kind of hacking thing or like programming? There's so much like honestly you could do on a PC. I think it's just a really good idea doing this. I think the most difficult thing would probably be to decorate it. I'm not sure if we want like a coffee table or something in the middle. Or is that weird? Unless we find some weird kind of computing decor that we could use in the middle. I was just thinking as well, whilst I'm trying to find the decor, like you could also use this room for writing as well. That didn't even cross my mind before. There's so much you can do with a computer room. Okay, I'm looking on the gallery again. What's this? Sims work. Computer shop. I don't think that has any IT clutter that we need. PC clutter room. I don't think this is going to be it. Gosh, I didn't really delete the old room. Is this computer room clutter or is this just some absolute mess? All right, found something. We've got a hard drive. Lovely. Right, a filing cabinet. That'll do. We're finding some things, guys. So look, we can chuck like a hard drive on here. Or apparently it wants a slot underneath. That's fine. Box of junk. This is debug, apparently. We'll chuck that in there. I guess an IT room wouldn't be that clean, would it? That's kind of stereotyping. I don't care. Da-na, da-na-da. Act like an angel, dressed like crazy. There's also this heavy duty shelf, which is already cluttered. Although that's got like food objects in it. That's a bit weird. I'm just being lazy and not cluttering it myself. Saying that, I think the Get to Work pack has some IT style clutter. Where it's got, I don't know, it's got like this kind of stuff boxes that we can use, some kind of like electric shock warning. I've already thought about like IT rooms. I don't really go in them very much. So also I'm thinking like these cabinets that I'm getting from the Get to Work pack, like these are really, really good for just filling out a space that's unnecessarily big and you don't actually know what to do with it. It's honestly literally perfect. It's making it look very 90s in here, but that's fine. It's just a basic PC room. Now, of course, for all of the basic bitches, we are doing an art studio in the next room because I know that's what you all want to see. So there was that art kit. Do you remember the kit that came with like an art station or something? Artist studio kit. It didn't come with any flooring. It did come with wallpaper. Maybe we should honestly use this kit for the entire build. Sorry, for this entire room rather. I think that'd be a really good idea because it comes with like genuinely a lot of stuff that we could actually use. In fact, we could add like 3 woodworking benches just at the back corner. So then we could technically also make this a woodworking studio. That's actually a good idea. Okay, I love this because it fits in the catchment area of the whiteboard. There's so many whiteboards in this build. I really hope it doesn't bug out. But look, so we could technically have a little woodworking space as well as an artwork space. So we could have some, I'm just thinking, because we wouldn't hold both classes at the same time, would we? I'm just trying to think of a layout that we could do for this one. So we could have 4 art easels like this, and then we could have one of these, okay? And then the people could pretend that they're painting whatever's on here. I think that's a sweet idea, isn't it? I kind of want to use the sink as decoration, but I'm also thinking, wouldn't that just be a terrible idea? We know what Sims 4 AI is like. Literally just using this kit alone, I think is a really great idea for a room like this. Like there's just so much good decoration. Like look at it all. This is all so usable in a space like this. So I don't know, maybe we could use a tarp thing again that we used before. I think that was actually quite a good idea for decorative purposes. Isn't there? Yeah, in Cats and Dogs, we got like the old newspaper bits on the floor. And didn't the artist studio kit actually come with like paint that goes on the floor? It did. So like this here, you can just put like paint swatches everywhere to make it feel a little bit more realistic. So that's quite cool. Don't want to add too much. It's going to make my game lag, and on that subject save. That's really cute. It's like an art plus woodworking studio. Okay, what I did forget to do, which I think we should do. Firstly, cover the windows with blinds. And secondly, the artist studio thingy came with these like cool lights to make it a little bit more ambient in here if you're doing an evening class. That's cool. Okay, so we've done the upstairs basically. Now time for the downstairs. We're going to take a break from classrooms, and I'm actually going to be doing a cafeteria. For the sake of making it cross-compatible, I'm going to try and use base game plus Discover University plus Business and Hobbies only for things like a staff room or a kitchenette area. So we do like a 2-in-1 here. And then, okay, I'm thinking actually for the cafeteria, Discover University did come with the cafeteria thing. I don't know where it would be, but we also got the coffee bar that came with the Sims for Businesses and Hobbies. And then, yeah, look, we also got the cafeteria thing. So which one would we use? Although I'm thinking maybe we should do that in here, honestly, because that area is not so big. I kind of want to have like coffee. I don't know if it's going to fit, you know. I want to have like a cafeteria thing and a coffee thing in one. Is that going to fit if I do it like that? Like Sims should be able to get behind there and work there, I'm sure. Something that I do love to do in my builds, which is very underrated, is just like a fake wall in front of another wall. So we don't have this weird, awkward looking space at the back there. And like nobody's going to know any different. So yeah, maybe we put the cafeteria back here. And the swatches kind of match actually. So we have like a little bakery thing where you can get coffee, but also a cafeteria stand. I did add some outdoor seating if Sims want to sit outdoors and eat. Not that they're clever enough really to do any of that. So also not that any of us even play this game anyway, do we? We just do build mode. So wait, is this a table that people sit and eat on? It's very small. Okay, we'll roll with it. So if we had a cafeteria table like this, I mean, how many Sims are going to be using this at one given time? Let's be real. I feel like these chairs and tables are really small. I can't put my finger on as to why, but they do. Maybe, because here's the thing about the cafeteria stand. I don't know if Sims can actually serve from it themselves. You you need to hire a vendor? This is annoying. So maybe we just use the one that comes with the Businesses and Hobbies pack, because that way at least we save a little bit of room. Do you know what I mean? So we've got a little bit more space there. In fact, we do have the Discover University. I feel like the Discover University tables and chairs work well in here because we've got this tool one, but I really hate this coloring of like all of the swatches. It's absolutely diabolical, but it is what I would expect from a university space, because this one I believe works with the stools. It doesn't go with chairs. Apparently stools don't come under the same category as chairs in this game. And then we can have another bar here and one that's just like in the corner like this. I'm also thinking that we do add a sink here because the Sims will need to clean up the mess, if you know what I mean, like they'll need to wash the dishes. So if we just had like one sink, that should be fine. Hopefully that won't cause too much of a ruckus in game, because you know what Sims 4 townies are like. They'll all be coming in and just like washing their hands repetitively for no reason over and over again. To prevent random townies from entering a certain space, we could always add like a barrier that only employees can enter. Yeah, and set this as like employees only or something. Hopefully that should be fine. And then back on the gallery, and we will search for cafe clutter. Nope. Cafe. Bakery clutter. No. Restaurant clutter. All right, then that will do. But maybe, oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, which pack came with cafes? I think it was get together. So maybe if we look to get together decorations, it should come with some, there we go, like this, a cafe board. I put the board actually outside here so you can see it before you go in, which I think is a good idea. And then some other boards around the sides here. Oh, and I completely forgot. We also have Dine Out that we could use. Some of these like random paintings like this. I never ever use these paintings ever. Today we are. That suits the vibe perfectly, doesn't it? It kind of doesn't make much sense that we don't have a proper kitchen back here, but I don't think we really need one because we are literally just selling like coffee and cupcakes. Do we need proper kitchen stuff? I don't think so. I think this is fine. Like it's functional. I don't think we need to overthink it too much in terms of the kind of stuff in here. So that should be fine completely. This room, we'll make it empty again because this is no longer going to be the cafeteria. And we are also going to do a staff room. So firstly, we obviously need to add lockers, just a small locker area for some staff to use. But mostly it's just going to be a chill out space where they can actually have fun, because fun need is honestly, I find one of the hardest needs to raise in this game. So if we add one of these like sleazy Discover University chair things here, really shit ones. I kind of wish they like updated the sofas in this pack to be like the ones from the Dream Home Decorator pack where they're modular. I think that would have made a lot more sense for them. Anyways, we'll add a, there we go. See, look, we'll have like a TV like this, a little coffee table. And although the main kitchen doesn't have anything, because this bit is for the staff, I'm thinking we do actually add some counters here. And in order to avoid Sims from actually using these counters for cooking, we will make sure there is something on every single, I wish you could put a mini fridge on the counter. Okay, there we go. So the counter's basically completely covered, so Sims can't use it. You've got coffee, you've got microwave meal, you've got a mini fridge, and obviously we'll also add a bin in the corner here. So this is like a functional staff room. I'm also thinking maybe we just add a PC desk. So if you wanted to do any computer work in the staff room, then you could, for whatever reason. You could add some school propaganda to the walls. We've also got the coat rack that we can chuck in the corner here. Okay, cute little staff room area. I feel like this is very functional. Now we've got 2 more rooms. So we've done robotics, kids, computers, and art. What other kind of classes would you find it like a college kind of setting? Do you know what I mean? We don't actually have a music space, so we could make a music room. I kind of don't want to do, by the way, like pottery and shit, because we've literally got that with the Businesses and Hobbies. Like there is a pottery station there, so I feel like it'd be weird. I did consider it, by the way, for the art room. I just thought it'd be a little bit weird, so I'm happy down here to do something different. Oh, unless we do candle making, something weird like that. I'm not too sure. What did I say before? I completely forgot what we were chatting on. Oh, music room. So yeah, I feel like music would be really great here. So we need guitars. Can you sing from a microphone? Funnily enough, I don't know if you can. sing from a microphone in this game. I'm pretty sure microphones are just for comedy skills. I've actually forgotten. Oh well, we'll risk it. So this pack does come with a piano, although I don't really feel like a piano's not a very good object to have in a space like this. But what we do have with the city living pack is the keyboard that we could use, which basically functions the same. So maybe we could do something like this. Maybe again, like we could have the keyboards on the outside. I'm not too sure. And then I don't know, like a couple of guitars around here. It's hard to think of a music room. I'm actually looking at music room on the gallery and just seeing if I can like copy like the objects over that somebody else has used. Or I have found some art clutter that somebody's put in this, which I know we finished the art room. My bad. I just found this and I thought like, oh, this is cute. So that's what we're doing. We're getting rid of this and we're putting this in here because that looks much better. Love that. Okay, I'm getting insanely distracted right now. What on earth, like, what is this person put in their music room? I'm just looking. We've got guitars. Oh, violin. I completely forgot about violins. So that's cute. And then anything else? So I'm not too keen on most of this stuff. Maybe we shouldn't have all of these in the center, sorry, on the edge of the room, because it just makes it look very hollow in the middle, which I really don't like. I'd rather fill out the space a lot better. So if we actually move these and just have less, and then we can have the stringed instruments around the back here. And then there is a display cabinet. I think it's in the base game. Is it this one where you can put trophies in it and things? Or awards? Yeah, we can put like random awards in there and we can just pretend that they're like music awards that we won or something. Okay, there is a trophy and award collection here that we're stealing from the gallery. Why on earth there a toilet, flaming toilet? What on earth is that? Does that fit in there? Well, that's weird. I feel like kind of maybe these could be like music awards apart from the toilet one. I'm thinking we get rid of the microphone, or I'm not sure, you know. Maybe we don't have so many different, I don't know, guys, of like music instruments. We could also use this as like a charisma room as well, actually. 2 birds in 1 stone. I'm thinking maybe actually in here we do add a little seating area. I feel like this kind of space would be a little bit more chill than the other ones. And I know high school years came with all of these like random music records, all these really colorful ones. So we'll use these in the build for sure. I'm just thinking of ways to experiment with the design in this room, because I'm kind of feeling like it would be more fun if we made it a more, I don't know, like open, I don't know, like modern space. Although, do we want it like cozy and red, or do we want it kind of colorful and fun like this, if you know what I mean? I'm thinking maybe we do this because it feels a little bit more, I'd like the idea of it being a little bit more eclectic in terms of the stuff. That's my polite way of saying I don't know what I'm doing in this room. I don't know what the fuck to do. So we're just adding loads of random shit, basically. I'm thinking this should be fine for an art room, but if it's not fine, okay, you can always just add new stuff as you go along, so it should be okay. We have one more room that we've got down here as well. I'm not sure, we could make it a fitness room, although it's quite small for fitness, isn't it, really? We could do flower arranging in this room. That could be a cool idea. Again, we could do a bit more of a like casual space again. This could be a contender for sure for an idea. I like the idea. See, look, that looks cute already. And there is that kit, the greenhouse kit, which we could try and use some of the stuff from that in this build. Even like, would we even use flooring like this, or is that a bit dramatic? I kind of like the idea of using all these different colors though, even though it's not realistic to have flooring like this. I think it's quite cool, isn't it? Because like, I know technically it's indoors, but I don't really care. Although technically it's not about gardening, it is about flowers, which is different. That's no problem though. Okay, again, like I'm just looking on the gallery to see if anybody's used some floristry debug that we can steal, so I don't have to bother finding it all myself. Because this is so cute, and like I would never ever think to use all these objects. So like, guys, please steal from other people, because like, look, now I'm making like a cute boho flower space and I wouldn't have thought of doing that before. It's all thanks to stealing the shit from somebody else. We also had the blooming rooms kit, which is honestly one of the best kits in the game for like flowers and stuff. I'm thinking like, honestly, a flowery space like this would just be so messy. So maybe we just make it quite messy up in here, if you know what I mean. I'm even stealing like the wallpaper this person person has used. Like, I am such a copycat. I don't even care. Okay, even the flooring, like other people just get it more than I get it. Although, no, I like this flooring. I've put some things in the way here so Sims will not be able to scooch around this bit, but that's fine, I think. See, look, that's really cute for like flower arranging as a skill. I love that. I've also done the bathrooms up here, by the way. So we've got a robotics room. We've got a kids art class. We've got an IT studio, and we've got an the art studio is obviously the sexiest one. We've got a music room that came out quite tragically. I'm sorry. We've also got the staff room. We've got some kind of floristry room, and we've got the cafeteria. So I'm really happy. And obviously you can change these as you go along. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly. Okay, firstly, I'll put it on the gallery. It's like finished. In fact, something that we do need that I forgot as a small business venue, oopsie daisy. We do need a ticket kiosk. So when people come in, they have to like sign in, if you know what I mean. Okay. So that's done. So I will just go into the Pleasant household. There we go. Mother load in some money because that place is not going to be cheap. So we can register a small business, not the our owned lot. How do I actually buy a business lot? Maybe we have to go. I've never actually tried to buy a business lot that's not mine before. If we go onto this lot, because I want to buy a home business that I don't own. Register small business. Wait, I think we buy a small business lot first. This is called the Laurel Library. So if we call it Laurel College. Wait, there we go. Okay, on the phone, buy a small business venue lot. So the Sims team went about that in a bit of a weird backwards way. Madam, get off the computer, please. Okay, so this is what we were supposed to do. Okay, you buy one on the phone. Okay, we're buying this one. So as soon as you've registered it, it takes you into built mode. Okay, this is where it comes up with the thing where you got to edit the area. So obviously you would make this area employees only. Then everything else is completely fine as public. Okay, live mode. Now, this is, guys, how we do the editing. So under small business presets, there's a lot of different things, and as you can see, like, you can click on all of these. So what we're going to do is a custom preset. So let's first assign the robotics room. So under hobbies, we use build robots, obviously. We also use attend classes and lectures, and I think that's it for this one. And then we obviously have I would probably do an hourly entrance fee, to be honest, and then save the preset, and you can save this as robotics class, and then that one will actually show up in here. And then we look at the next one, the kids one. We have use the activity table, and we obviously want to have the use the science table. I don't know, kids are like funny, so we make it be funny, but we could also like be mischievous because this is what kids do. And then target customers, obviously for this one, make sure we do age. We can't select kids. Supervised customer. There we go. Child. And then we can tick off caregiver stays at business. So it's like a daycare kind of thing. Make it required to have kids so adults don't turn up. And then save this. And then we make this one the kids class. And then same with the computer room, guys. So for a computer, you could have play video games on the computer, programming, for example, writing. So we can make this a PC class, etc. We would do the same for art, and we would do the same for music, etc. So the great thing about businesses and hobbies, you can actually change the business activity. So let's say today you want to do a PC class, but then tomorrow you would like to hold a robotics class. You just go over to your preset, which is really great. Another thing that I would also do is set like a lunchtime preset. So this is where Sims will drink coffee, Sims will eat. And then obviously for lunchtime, you'd have like be friendly and everybody's just chatting, and make sure you remember to keep the hourly fee. And then I would set this one as lunchtime for a class. Then you obviously want to hire staff to do certain things. So I would hire her, for example, and then under manage employee tasks, I would obviously make her tend the coffee counter. So she's basically doing the cooking thing. And then let's say you have a sim that's good at floristry, you can make them hold the floristry class, etc. Although I would personally only hire a randomly generated townie just to do cleaning and just look after this. And then you hold the classes yourself and just do like a different one each day. Oops, I just realized I left this on the lot. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna have to like re-upload the one that I put on the gallery because it's got that weird thing in it. Oops. The gallery is frozen as per. But I just want to say, guys, I had a lot of fun building this, and this is gonna be really fun in gameplay, making just a class where like adults can go, kids, teens can go. I've also made this, by the way, from the perspective of the player rather than the business, because as a player in The Sims 4, you get to enjoy going to classes. You have to make sure a sim owns it. And what I would probably do, oh, server error, lovely. What I would probably do is make a super sim that is skilled in every single skill maximum level and make them run and own this business, so you can have them run and own each individual class, if that makes sense. Well, when the gallery is up and working again, I will pop this one on the gallery. It might be in a couple days because it's broken. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this build video. I will see you in the next one.